In the heart of Gujarat, on the westernmost tip of India, stands a monument that seems to defy time itself. This is Dwarka, the legendary kingdom of Lord Krishna, and at its center, the magnificent Dwarkadhish Temple. For thousands of years, this sacred site has been a beacon for millions. But how was this architectural marvel, a testament to faith and engineering, actually built? Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the story of its creation. The origins of the Dwarkadhish Temple are shrouded in myth and legend. According to sacred texts, the original temple was built over Krishna's personal residence, the Harigriha, by his great-grandson Vajranabha. Imagine a time when gods and heroes walked the earth. The first structure, likely made of wood and more modest materials, was a focal point of devotion. But the Dwarka we see today is a story of resilience, of being rebuilt time and time again after invasions and the relentless forces of nature. The current structure, known as Jagat Mandir, is believed to have been constructed around the 12th to 13th century, though some parts date back even further. This isn't just a building, it's a living history book, written in stone. The temple is a stunning example of Chalukya architecture, a style renowned for its intricate carvings and soaring spires. So, how did they do it? Let's start with the foundation. The temple stands on the banks of the Gamti River, where it meets the Arabian Sea. Building such a massive structure on sandy, coastal land was an incredible feat. The architects and engineers of the time had a deep understanding of soil mechanics. They likely dug deep, creating a solid base of layered stone and other materials to ensure the stability needed to support the immense weight of the temple above. Now, let's look up. The main spire, or shikhara, towers an astonishing 78 meters into the sky. That's like a modern 25-story building, and it's built entirely of limestone and sandstone, without a single drop of modern cement. The secret lies in the interlocking system of the stones. Each block was meticulously carved to fit perfectly with the next, using a system of grooves and tenons. Gravity itself became the binding agent, creating a structure that is both strong and flexible enough to withstand the coastal winds and seismic tremors of the region. The construction was a community effort of epic proportions. It involved thousands of skilled artisans. This community of temple architects has passed down their knowledge through generations, from father to son, for centuries. They didn't use blueprints as we know them. Instead, they relied on intricate oral traditions, mathematical formulas, and Vastu Shastra, the ancient Indian science of architecture, which dictates everything from the temple's orientation to the placement of each deity. Every surface of the Dwarkadhish temple is alive with stories. The exterior walls are a gallery of divine figures, celestial beings, intricate floral patterns, and scenes from Hindu mythology. Imagine the patience and skill required. A single sculptor might spend months, or even years, on one small section. They used simple tools, chisels, and hammers, but their precision was extraordinary. They weren't just carving stone, they were infusing it with devotion. Each strike of the chisel was a prayer. The temple is a 5-storied structure, supported by 72 pillars. Each pillar is carved from a single block of stone, a monolithic masterpiece. Think about the logistics. These massive stone blocks had to be quarried, sometimes from miles away, transported using rudimentary carts and animal power, and then lifted into place. They would have used a complex system of earthen ramps, wooden rollers, and levers. It was a slow, painstaking process that required immense manpower and incredible ingenuity. One of the most iconic elements of the temple is the Dwaya, the giant flag that flies from the top of the spire. This flag, measuring 52 yards, is changed 5 times a day. The number 52 is significant, representing the 52 subcastes of the Yadava clan, to which Krishna belonged. The act of climbing the spire daily, battling strong winds, is a feat of courage and faith in itself, a tradition that has continued unbroken for centuries. The temple is more than just an architectural wonder. It's the spiritual heart of Dwarka. It's designed to be a cosmic map, a gateway between the earthly and the divine. The main entrance, the Moksha door or door to salvation, faces north, welcoming pilgrims. As you move through the temple, you are guided towards the Sanctum Sanctorum, the Garbhagriha, where the main idol of Lord Dwarkadhish resides. This inner sanctum is deliberately kept dark and intimate, creating a profound sense of connection with the divine. The construction of the Dwarkadhish Temple was not just a project. It was an act of collective faith. It was funded by kings, merchants, and common devotees alike. It was a symbol of their identity, their culture, and their unwavering belief. Through centuries of turmoil, the temple has stood as a symbol of hope and permanence. Today, when you visit Dwarka, you're not just seeing an ancient building. You're witnessing the culmination of centuries of devotion, craftsmanship, and human ingenuity. You can feel the energy in the air, hear the echoes of ancient chants in the stone, and see the legacy of countless artisans who poured their souls into its creation. The Dwarkadhish Temple is a reminder that with faith, community, and incredible skill, humanity can create something that truly stands the test of time. Temples of this scale were never built overnight. They were born across generations. While tradition attributes the earliest shrine to the era of Krishna's descendants, historians suggest that the present monumental structure of the Dwarkadhish Temple evolved significantly during the medieval period. Regional dynasties of Western India, especially temple-building patrons influenced by the architectural traditions of Gujarat, invested in expanding and fortifying the shrine. Temple inscriptions, stylistic comparisons, and structural layers indicate phases of reconstruction. Why reconstruction? Because Dwarka was not merely sacred, it was vulnerable. Situated along a maritime route, the region faced coastal erosion, sea storms, political invasions, changing trade routes, and yet each time damage occurred, the temple rose again. Faith rebuilt what time attempted to erase. Constructing a massive stone temple near a saline coastline required advanced planning. Salt-laden winds corrode surfaces, moisture seeps into foundations, sand shifts beneath heavy weight. Ancient engineers responded intelligently. The temple stands on a raised plinth, protecting the sanctum from flooding and erosion. Rather than weak mortar joints, stones were cut with precision grooves, locking them together structurally. The towering shikhara gradually tapers upward, reducing load pressure on the base. This is structural wisdom, centuries ahead of its time. One of the most fascinating features of the temple complex is its network of carved pillars. Many scholars note symbolic numerical patterns embedded in temple architecture. In Dwarkadhish, pillars are arranged symmetrically. Spacing follows proportional geometry. Alignment corresponds with cardinal directions. Ancient temple builders followed sacred measurement systems derived from Vedic mathematics. Nothing was accidental. Height, width, light, entry, even acoustics were calculated. Stand inside the mandapa during chanting, and you'll hear something extraordinary. The architecture amplifies sound naturally. Stone becomes speaker. Space becomes vibration. Every day, multiple times, the sacred flag atop the 78-meter shikhara is changed. This ritual is not merely devotional, it is logistical brilliance. Priests climb the steep exterior without modern harness systems, relying on ancient access pathways built into the structure. The flag itself can extend over 50 feet. Why change it so often? Because the deity is treated as a living king. A king's banner must never fade. The engineering of access routes within the spire ensures safe ascent. a feature planned centuries ago. Look carefully at the temple walls. You'll find lotus medallions representing purity rising above worldly waters. Elephants, symbols of strength and royal authority. Celestial dancers, celebrating divine joy. Protective guardians, warding off negative forces. These carvings serve both spiritual and psychological functions. A pilgrim approaching the temple is gradually lifted, visually and emotionally, from ordinary life toward transcendence. Architecture guides consciousness. At the base of the temple lies Gomti Ghat, where pilgrims take ritual baths before darshan. The positioning of the temple, overlooking the Ghat, was intentional. Water symbolizes purification. The journey unfolds symbolically. Water gives steps, gives pillars, gives sanctum, gives deity. It mirrors the human ascent. Body gives mind, gives discipline, gives awareness, gives divine realization. This layered spiritual progression is embedded in the temple's construction plan. Centuries of wind, salt, and devotion leave their mark. Today, conservation experts monitor structural stability, erosion impact, and stone fatigue. Periodic restoration replaces damaged carvings with matching stone, carefully shaped to preserve authenticity. Preservation is delicate. Too much alteration erases history. Too little invites decay. The temple lives between protection and continuity. In modern times, construction is commerce. But in ancient India, temple construction was devotion. Artisans were not mere workers. They were spiritual practitioners. Before carving stone, many would fast. Some meditated. Some chanted the deity's name with every strike of the chisel, because they believed the stone already contained the divine form. They were not creating God. They were revealing Him. Empires fade. Coastlines shift. Waves rise and fall. Yet the Dwarkadhish Temple stands, not merely because of stone, but because of intention. It is architecture shaped by faith, engineering guided by philosophy, construction inspired by eternity. And as long as the flag flies above its spire, as long as chants echo within its halls, as long as pilgrims climb its steps, the King still reigns.